Oh god. Yes! Okay, got it. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay. So. Welcome back. I just did something that I hate doing. Alright, much as I would like to say that I use all of the most complicated and complex strats that are in existence for the any percent route, this is actually one that I don't like using because it's so risky, and if you screw up, it costs you a lot of time compared to a very easy setup. So today we're doing Rockin' Relics 4A, the secret exit stage that you get from Deep Keep. And you're usually going to be entering this stage with Dixie. Although it is possible to do the secret exit with Diddy, you're more than likely going to have Dixie at the beginning. However, it doesn't matter who you're using at the beginning, but the cool thing is, if you start with Dixie, you actually pick up Dixie you start with Dixie, pick up Diddy partway through the stage, and then you finish with Cranky. So it's actually one of the few stages in the game where using all three Kongs came into play. So let's just pretend that I have Dixie right now, because it really doesn't matter. This is where you would switch to Diddy, and you would use this to save a little time partway through the stage because of the underwater boost that he's doing. He actually lets you catch an earlier Cranky cycle right here. Now, although Cranky is not faster underwater, and there is an underwater section coming up, we actually do use Cranky for the secret exit of this stage. So originally this stage was starting with Dixie and then finishing with Cranky. But Ghoul 02 was at some point in a frame war for the time attack of this stage with Spike Vegeta. Pogo, Pogo, Pogo. God, I love that. So as I was saying, Ghoul 02 and Spike Vegeta were going back and forth on this stage for a long time, and because of the time that Ghoul spent doing time attack on this stage, he proposed that it was possible to be faster with Diddy partway through the stage because of the underwater swimming. Now, although Ghoul is an avid Dixie lover and promoter, he came up with he was really adamant on including this strat. And lo and behold, it is faster. It's really cool. So we do love getting to use Diddy partway through the stage. So because of the fact that this stage is tied to the barrel cycle, you do have that urgency to make sure you're doing very specific things throughout the stage. At the beginning, once again, you're going to be mashing out the cutscene as quick as possible. You don't want to be dawdling here. You're going to be rolling, and okay. So the first thing you do is you're rolling at the beginning of the stage, and you're rolling onto a platform that's dropping down. Again, this is tied to the fact that you're mashing out the cutscene as quick as possible. Should you be screwing around for whatever reason, you may find that these platforms are not where you need them to be, and you'll end up causing yourself a lot of trouble. So this stage, not too difficult, but does require focus. So that first platform that we just rolled over will be dropping down, and you'll roll over it. What you can do is bounce off the water onto this next platform, and I believe that you'll see it as soon as I unpause it, but there's a shark that just jumped into the air. You're actually going to do a very light hop so that you get underneath the shark without taking damage onto the next platform. This jump is kind of precise, and you're going to be rolling through the tuck that is on the platform afterwards. Let's see if I can get that right now. Okay, good. So you roll through the tuck, and then you do another jump almost immediately over this next shark, and you're going to be rolling through another tuck enemy, and then there's some of these prickleberries. They're weird bouncing spiky stuff that's native to the aquatic world of this game. So over this one, underneath that one, and then you're doing it in such a way that you're going to be grabbing Diddy first. Now Diddy is coming up on cycle, very useful. You grab him, and then you're going to be using Diddy throughout the middle section of this stage. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to jump over this. Although you could possibly roll underneath that prickleberry and skip across the water, it's not consistent whether or not you roll underneath. If you fall through the okay, you can fall through the platform and then you'll roll across the water. But sometimes the positioning is in such a way that you actually roll over the gap and then you roll right into the prickleberry, which really sucks. So the way that you get through this part of the stage, Spike actually gave me the tip on this one. So you jump over this prickleberry, you land on the hoots, don't press any button, and then you're automatically on the next platform. You can roll from there. Nothing, roll. 1, 2, jump, bounce. Now, you can either do a light hop and roll through that tuck, or you can do a more reactive bounce off of that tuck. You want to make sure that you have roll speed, because roll speed is actually, I believe it's slightly faster than even Diddy's boost swim speed. Mostly because even if Diddy's boost swim speed is the same as roll speed, you have to build up to boost speed. So you're going to enter the water. You want to do a couple of full boosts here, 2, 3, usually 4. And there's a good chance to try and woohoo cancel if you can right there. Now, you want to make sure that you're not getting tossed up by the ships rocking. The ships will sometimes go that rock, and if you're on it when it happens, and you're not in the middle of a roll, you're just going to get thrown up, which wastes a ton of time. So either delay your jump or shorten your jump so that you land before or after the boost goes. You're going to roll through some tucks here real quick. Just the first one. Do a couple light hops, and then you're rolling across the water. 1, 2, 3, and there's Cranky. Break him with a quick roll grab, and then you want to jump under the prickleberries that are being launched into the air, and then you can actually bounce off of these with your cane. So jump, bounce, and then this is the route I like to take. 1, 2, 3, bounce, bounce, bounce off the prickleberry, bounce again, and then you're in the water. This section is all about, you know, making sure you have good underwater control, especially while you're doing the corkscrew. Now, if you want to do a woohoo cancel here, it's very difficult to do. It does save about maybe half a second. Goldfish has sometimes gotten it, and he told me that you need to cancel the corkscrew right around where Donkey Kong is right now, but it's pretty difficult. Ooh, wow, I got it. Okay, cool. So next you're in this section right here. You're just going to want to pogo off of a hoots to get up out of here. And then this is where the setup begins for the exit for this stage. This is a thing of beauty here. It's so easy. All you have to do, bounce 4 times in the water, jump, roll until you grab the bananas, and then you jump, do a full pogo, another full pogo, and then a light pogo into the exit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, jump, roll, nans, pogo, pogo, pogo. God, I love that strat. It's so cool. So what you saw me doing in the beginning, the very first thing you saw me do was I had Diddy and I did the secret exit. The reason why I did that is because although doing the secret exit with Cranky is so easy, the next stage, Shoal Atoll, this stage is all about underwater swimming. And the first thing you're going to do in this stage is you're going to actually wait on a Diddy. You actually get there just barely too late. You can't get the Diddy here, so you have to wait about 5 seconds to pick Diddy up. Yakames, the Swedish runner I mentioned a couple times, and he did help me out with some of these videos. Yakames was actually, he was convinced that you could do the secret exit with Diddy, and then you wouldn't have to wait for the barrel cycle in Shoal Atoll. You would exit this stage, you would exit 4A with Diddy, and then you would start Shoal Atoll with Diddy, which would save you a ton of time. This is a very difficult trick. It took me quite a number of tries to do it before I started this video. It is technically about 3 seconds faster, because Diddy's setup to do the secret exit for this stage is a little bit slower, but he does compensate for a bit of that by being in the next underwater section that you normally wouldn't have done. So I can't really show this off in time attack, so I'll just go ahead and do it again in the regular stage, because we're doing the secret exit here. If you were to do the time attack, you would pass the secret exit and then you would blast a couple barrels to the end. So do this again real quick just to have it all brought together nicely. Again, we're pretending that we start with Dixie here, but it makes no difference. Your hitbox is all the same. Just make sure that you're mashing out of this cutscene. Rolls, bounce, light hop, big hop, over, under, Diddy, bounce, 1, 2, roll through, bounce, 2. I'm holding grab right now in preparation for this. Very good. Did not get flung up. Light hops. 1, 2, 3. Cranky. Bounce. 1, 2, 3. Pogo. Oh no! Well, Fear not. Don't panic in case of anything. Just, if something should go wrong in the stage, reassess the situation. You don't need to go dashing into danger just because you lost your flow. Okay, did not get the woohoo cancel that time. And then the setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, jump, roll, nans, pogo, pogo, pogo. All right. So if you're looking to do the very difficult strat where you're exiting the stage with Diddy, you saw me at the very beginning. There's a hoots that you need to bounce off of with a roll jump, and it's just barely possible to grab onto the vine. Very difficult indeed. But this cranky exit, very accessible, very friendly to first-time dongers, and I would say that still all the veteran dongers do use this strat. So that was Rock and Relics. I hope that this guide helped, and next time we'll be doing Tropical Keys. See you then.